Hello, YouTube. Alright, we're back with another Scrub a Dub, where this scrub tries to clean up his game just a little bit. Before we get started today, I do want to make a quick note about yesterday. At the end of it, I said I didn't like my opponent's move. And as I thought about it more, I actually do like it. It just goes to show you probably why he's in the 1600s and I'm not. In fact, my opponent yesterday was pretty close to the 1700 rating. So here is why I decided I did like his move that he did there that pretty much decided everything. No matter what in that situation, if my Heatran woke up, I get off that heat wave and I pretty much win. He knows that. If Heatran wakes up, which it had the chance to do, I'd already taken one turn of sleep, if I am remembering correctly. If my Heatran wakes up, I win. If my Heatran stays asleep and he kills it and doesn't give it another chance to wake up, he has a shot. That is his only shot at winning. If I make the correct play, he still loses. Like if I no fear with Venusaur and I kill his Salamence, he sacrifices his own Bisharp to the Life Orb damage, he still loses. That's out of his control. So he has to play to his only out, and his only out is by me protecting with Venusaur, Heatran not waking up, and then he can win from there. So he played to his out. He played to his out perfectly, and I played right into it. I protect with my Venusaur. He got his win condition. He took out the win. As I said yesterday, he definitely deserved it. Thinking about it also, I really liked his team. Just the coverage he had. Anyway, back to current events. I finally made a decision. I'm not going to go to regionals. There's not really any point for me to go to regionals besides just to go. This would be my first competitive event this year. It's also the last weekend of competitive events this year before nationals. There might be some premier challenges, but more than likely I'm not going to be able to get to those because I don't get Saturdays off. So it's not like, and my chances of getting a super good run at regionals and then being able to get some premier challenges in and then being able to get a super good run at nationals and then being able to make it to worlds, not very likely. So I'm just going to skip regionals this year. It kind of makes me sad, but what you gonna do? Life happens. We're gonna move on. What this does is this does free me up to do weird things with on the ladder. So now I'm still going. This scrub is still gonna try to clean up his game, but now I'm gonna do it while I'm trying to rank up on that ladder. So that'll free me up to mess around with all the weird things I want to mess around with. Just to name a few, I do want to do that pledge team. I want to mess with gravity some. I also have a weird idea about taking the Volt Turn idea from singles and trying to apply that to a doubles team. I played with the idea before and I've never got around to making it. Unfortunately, being short on time, I do need to get these Pokemon, all the Pokemon I want for these various teams, into the game so that I can play it on Battle Spot so that I can show it to you. So obviously today we're going to use the same team. Tomorrow I'm probably going to use the same team again, but that's because I work tomorrow and I probably won't have a chance to get those Pokemon so that I can display that. If I do get a chance to make them and create the team, then I will probably have a different team tomorrow. If not, I'll have the same team, and then I'll work on getting these various Pokemon over the weekend, and then coming on Monday, I'll have a different team for you. At least one. I'm going to try to get more. That way I can bounce around a little bit more between teams, but we are going to work on rating. So let's go ahead and jump into the battle now. Hit that challenge button. 1538, obviously lost yesterday. That gentleman was in the 1600s. I believe he was 1660 if I remember correctly, so we did not lose very much rating against him when we lost. However, we would have. It would have been so sweet to get those rating points from him. He would have been salty, so it's okay. We're gonna go to the Epic Music 7 today. Why? Just because I feel like being epic today. Oh, all right, we got Perry from the United States. He's at 1470. Let's see what kind of team we got. Alright, so we got a Salamence. We have a Heatran. We have a Gengar. We have a Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr. I just like saying Conkeldurr's name. We have a Luxray. And we have an Aegislash. Alright, so dual ghost team, possibility of 2 different megas. We have possibility of Mega Gengar or Mega Salamence. Luxray is pretty interesting. Don't see very much of that. Gengar, of course, is not always Mega. Salamence is also not always Mega. Let's see. I don't think Luxray is usually very physical, so looks like the only physical attacker is Conkeldurr. There are some physical variants of Aegislash running around. So the first thing I see, he's probably going to be able to threaten my Venusaur if he's a Mega Salamence. What is he going to be afraid of? He's going to be afraid of Tyranitar. So what are his Tyranitar checks? It's going to be Conkeldurr. So my goal is to save Tyranitar, keep him in the back, and threaten him otherwise. He's going to probably lead with Conkeldurr. What can I do against Conkeldurr? I can lead Talonflame. Let's see. Talonflame is also going to be good against Heatran. I'm going to go Heatran and Tyranitar. Alright, so in my head right now, my game plan is to somehow focus down this Conkeldurr. Talonflame should be pretty vital in that. Venusaur can help as well. I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. Zapdos probably could have helped as well. But, so, in my head, I'm thinking focus down Conkeldurr, and then Tyranitar is going to be able to do some massive damage to his team between Rock Slide, Crunch, just being the fact that he is Rock Dark type. Alright, he did not lead Conkeldurr, which, not too great for me. So, let's see what to do. I don't see him switching out. He's not threatened. He actually has a wonderful position here. His Salamence threatens Venusaur. Heatran is a huge wall to Talonflame. I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve, Protect, and then more than likely Venusaur is going to switch out next turn. But I do want to get the Mega Evolution now. That way he gets his bulk up for when he switches in later. I probably should have brought Landorus. Would have been pretty good to bring as well, but I didn't bring Landorus. I think I'm going to switch. I could Protect with Talonflame. I think I'm going to switch into Heatran though. Actually, what I think I'm going to... Conkeldurr is going to be so good against... Talonflame's going to be good against Conkeldurr. Otherwise, I might just Tailwind. No, I'm going to switch into Heatran. Heatran can do decent damage against Salamence. As long as Salamence doesn't have that Hydro Pump again, Heatran is in a good position coming in. As long as he didn't try to read it and send ground the Earth Power. I don't know why he'd send Earth Power after Talonflame unless he really just had a massive Soul Read. So he did have the Mega Salamence. By the way, if you didn't notice that. Salamence and Ancient Power. Okay, yeah, my Heatran does not really care about that too much. Still takes a little bit of damage, but that's okay. Alright, so he did Double Edge. He is a physical variant. I'm going to go ahead. So I'm going to bring in Tyranitar. Tyranitar's in a good spot. I should know this. How good a Tyranitar is going to do against Salamence Double Edge. He should be able to take it relatively well. I'm gonna go for the Earth Power. If I win the speed tie, I win. I mean, if I win the speed tie, my Heatran KOs his Heatran. If I don't, more than likely my Heatran is going bye-bye, which sucks for me. He did withdraw his Heatran. Okay, so either he's a slower variant or he just didn't want to take the risk there. Alright, so he brought in Conkeldurr. Kind of expecting, not really surprising. So I put myself into a kind of bad position here. His Conkeldurr is just set to rock my world. Probably has a Mach Punch. If he has Mach Punch, is Mach Punch enough to KO Tyranitar? At this range, it just might. Alright, so I'll protect there. Alright, as long as I'm protecting there, that means I think he's going to go into the Tyranitar slot. So I'm going to switch into Talonflame. Let's see what happens. Should have gone for the Heat Wave. I should have just tried to go for it. Alright, so I did guess correctly. This Talonflame, Conkeldurrs are pretty bulky. And I am not a Life Orb variant. I am Sharp Beak because I'm goofy. I need to change that to a Life Orb. I actually meant to do that today. Brave Bird should still get it though. So I'm going to go for a Crunch on Aegislash. He's probably going to King Shield and I'm going to be sorry for that. You know, I'm going to YOLO. I'm going to go straight for it. I can switch him out if he survives. I'm going to go straight for that Brave Bird on Conkeldurr. He did withdraw it. Kind of saw that coming. Heatran does not mind the Brave Bird. I should have gone for the Tailwind setup. That's what would have been smarter. But he also did not King Shield. So I can take a chunk out of Aegislash here. I'm probably going to activate a weakness policy though. Yep. And then that's going to hurt something because he attacked. Oh my lord, it's a physical Aegislash. And that Sacred Sword does massive amounts of damage there. So we're going to bring in Venusaur. I see him switching somebody out to Salamence. I'm going to Leech Seed the Heatran slot. Do I go for the Flare Blitz? That is the question. Even if he brings in Salamence, I get some chip damage on Salamence. He would probably assumes that I'm Choice Banded. He hadn't seen me make different moves yet. Even if it is Conkeldurr, I'm okay with that. Yep, so I'm fine with losing some attack on Talonflame. Next turn, what I fully plan on doing is tailwinding with Talonflame. I'm going to Giga Drain the Aegislash, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get up a Talonflame, or get up a Tailwind. That ensures that my Heatran is going to win a speed tie. I don't hate that. Hey, sure. Thanks. Free switching. Free switching anyway. And goodbye, Aegislash. That is an interesting Aegislash. I do like the Aegislash, the physical variant. I think it's interesting. Shadow Sneak, Sacred Sword. That Sacred Sword obviously was awesome there. And then with the weakness policy, people just don't see that coming. So is he going to bring in Heatran or Conkeldurr? He's probably going to bring in Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr, no, he brought in Heatran. Or no, that's my Heatran. See what he brings in. Conkeldurr. Alright, kind of saw that coming. What can Heatran do? I don't have overheat on him. So the biggest thing is probably Flash Cannon. I don't want to burn him because he's Conkeldurr. I think I have to go for a Sludge Bomb onto Conkeldurr and the Flash Cannon. Oh, didn't get it. Goodbye, Venusaur. It's been fun. And this is probably the end game right here. Oh, yeah. Alright, oh, he got the crit. I don't think it mattered. It probably mattered a little bit. On the top end of the damage roll is a one-hit KO. At the bottom end, I can survive it. So the crit probably did matter there. Yeah, he did a good job. Like I said, I had to get rid of that Conkeldurr. I knew I had to get rid of the Conkeldurr. The Aegislash didn't worry me as much. I had to get rid of the Conkeldurr. I thought that... I mean, he had a physical Aegislash, caught me off guard. Obviously did an awesome job there. The Aegislash with the Sacred Sword, taking out the Tyranitar. I tried to make a match of it after that. I think I did a decent job, but that definitely helped him. Instead of Talonflame, I probably should have had Landorus. Or maybe even instead of Venusaur, I should have had Landorus. That might have been an even better call. Venusaur did not really have too good of a matchup with anybody there. I fell into the trap of, oh, he's my Mega, I gotta bring my Mega, I gotta bring my Mega. I probably should have put Landorus in the Venusaur slot. I think Landorus probably could have helped me more. I could have done played with Intimidates. He would have put out some more damage. Yeah, I think that was obviously that wasn't my only mistake. That was my mistake at the very beginning that influenced quite a bit. Um, moving on from there, with my opponent doing some good switches, putting himself in a good position, uh, at the same time I put myself in a I didn't really put myself in bad positions because he put himself in a good position, forcing me into a bad position. Um, really, that I really think the game came back down to that Aegis slash though. That Sacred Sword really really got me. Um, I think there's one turn where I could have punished us. There was, I mean, obviously there were several turns where I could have played differently to be more punishing to the obvious switch. Um, let's see, what other turn? Um, anyway, yeah. Him switching into the Heatran, I believe, into the Brave Bird was a pretty obvious switch. Um, I think at that point I didn't really have a good way to punish that switch though. But I could have set up Tailwind earlier, which actually I don't think would have mattered. It would have let me get my damage in later though. Um, so yeah, that was today's match. A few thoughts about it. I didn't go to a full breakdown. I don't think it quite warranted a full breakdown, but just me thinking critically about stuff for that game. So there you go. There's today. See you tomorrow. Bye.